Hello, I want to share an overview of CISA certification job practice details. If you are writing the CISA examination, you need this overview. I'll be focusing on domain 3 information system acquisition, development, and implementation. If you are going to get a system in your company, so that you buy the system or you develop the system, and there's so many questions you have to answer for you to make that decision. Okay, if you want to develop, do you have the technical competence? Do you have IT guys that can develop? Are they proven to be excellent developers? Then what about the time? Do you have the time it will take for them to go through the process of developing, coding, testing, or before they release the software to the live environment? Is there a cheaper alternative on the shelf? So you have to make a decision whether you buy or you develop. So domain 3 is about two parts, A and B. So you have A, information system acquisition and development, starting with project governance and management. In CISA, governance is about the board. Everywhere you see governance in the board, in the CISA examination, is referring to the board. Okay, so we say in major projects in the organization, the board must be involved. So there must be an approval process. The board must be able to ascertain that this project will add value to the organization. There is a connection, there is a seed before the project is approved. The project management is basically about execution of the project. Once the board has approved for the project to be implemented, then the management, executive management runs without approval. So there must be a business case. So business case is the justification for the project, the qualitative justification, the quantitative justification. Oh, if we implement this IT project, our turnaround time is going to drop from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. Great, you can demonstrate it. If we implement this project, our customer base will move from a regional base to a national, even international base. For example, e-commerce. Develop an excellent, robust, reliable e-commerce platform. You go global. That's a business case. You implement an application and cost of operations start dropping. Total cost of ownership in IT drops. That's a business case. Revenue spikes up. It's a business case. Then we need to do feasibility analysis. Okay, is it even workable? Is the project, is it going to add value? Is it economically feasible? Is it technically feasible? So all those considerations must be made, especially when you are looking at the system development life cycle, starting with the project feasibility study. Go or no go. Before we start even looking at gathering requirements, doing design, looking for vendor, does it make sense to go ahead? That's project feasibility study. The system development methodology, the most prominent of them are the waterfall model. So we have 6 stages. You have the project feasibility study, then you move to requirements gathering, then you move to design, then you move to development, then you move to final implementation and testing, and number 6, post implementation. Okay, then we can also have the V model, the verification and validation model, which is an offshoot of the waterfall model, but placing emphasis on each testing of each stage. So when you come to a stage, you also plan for how you're going to test that particular stage. Then we look at other methodologies. Rapid application development. Okay, then we have other new methodologies that are coming up. For example, prototyping, agile development, and so on. So we also have control identification and design. So you don't want to develop an application or buy an application that is feature rich and control groups. Application controls, overseas, or input controls, output controls, processing controls, file controls. So all these are examined in detail in the CISA review manual. Then part B is on information system implementation, testing methodologies. So we need to look at all manner of testing that must be done in the test environment. We have to do security testing, that is, call ethical hackers to come and hack the application in the test environment. So you want to prevent a situation whereby you are going to have a zero-day attack. So zero-day attack is an attack that is launched on an application that even the developers are not aware of the vulnerability. And a lot of time it may be because of inadequate testing of that software. So you want to look at testing like stress testing. How many people, how many users can sign up concurrently on the application during peak hours? You need to determine that volume testing, the highest volume of record the system can process. Then other testing like the pilot test, the alpha test, the beta test, So all these tests have to be done before you move the application to the live environment. Configuration and release management. Who has the authority to modify configuration? So once you have a configuration already established, before you can change that configuration, it must go through change management, release management. So we have minor release, we have major release, we have emergency release. So minor release, after the first version, you just change a few features. Major release, there are drastic change in the initial version. So you come up with a new version. Emergency release, where there are emergencies and the programmers need to do an immediate update on the application. So which means controls might be suspended. So you have to, after everything has stabilized, auditors, control guys have to reassess the entire system. Then migration, all right, cut over and data conversion. So we have parallel cutover, we have changeover, we have we have parallel changeover, we have direct changeover, we have phased parallel changeover. Parallel changeover, the old system and the new system are running concurrently. Phased changeover, we are introducing the new system gradually, module by module. Then direct changeover, on Monday we're using system A, on Tuesday we start using system B. So of course the risk is high. Then post-implementation review, after the system has stabilized 1 year, 1.5 years, set up a team to look at the entire process all over again. What are the lessons learned? What are the project management concerns? What are the gaps that are still present in the system, even though the system has gone operational? But most importantly, are we enjoying the benefit of implementation? The business case, is it valid or not? All that is what we look at in post-implementation review. So these are the knowledge requirements ISACA expects you to have when you are writing questions on domain 3. If you need a private or group CISA training sessions, you can always contact me in 803-358-7126. Thank you.